Rahardja! So great to be here. Well, my name is Klemens Rahardja. I'm the founder of the Entrepreneur Society, and today I wanted to share to you about life. Okay? Now, most of you here probably in that crossroad in life, yes? Thinking about what to do in the university? Who do you feel? Who felt like that? No? Yes? Everybody knows where they're going? Okay. That's good. So, what I wanted to share today, okay? Let me tell you a story, okay? Let me tell you a story. This is a story of a young boy, okay? As a very, very young boy. He was born, and like, you know, as like most kids do, he has a lot of dreams. He has big dreams about his future, okay? I believe you all have big dreams about your future, yes? Who doesn't have a dream about their future? No one raised their hands, good. Okay. So, when we were born, when we were a kid, we have unlimited beliefs. We have a lot of things that we wanted to achieve. Some of you wanted to be politicians, probably, like Samara this morning. Or some of you wanted to be a president or successful people, yes? Some of you probably wanted to be someone big, or maybe just, you know, like what the world portrays to us, success means rich. Yeah? Okay. This boy also felt the same. He wanted to achieve a lot of stuff. But then, in life, unfortunately, he do face hurdles, struggles in life. When you're still a child, the noises that are most comes from the people that are closest to you. From your parents, from the community around you, from your teachers, from your peers. A lot of these noises came in unfiltered. Okay? Now, what are the messages that I wanted to convey? We have our dreams. We have our goals. Okay? We have to stick to it. We have to hold it close to our heart, and we have to keep on moving forward towards it. That young boy grew to be a man. He was in a junior high school, and then after that he goes to a senior high school, and then he has to choose what he wanted to do in the university, what he wanted to study in the university. Initially, he wanted to be a chef because he likes to cook. But then again, back then, in that time, being a chef doesn't grant you a bachelor degree. It only gives you a diploma. And then he talked to his dad, and you know what the dad said? But you're a man. You will be the backbone of the family. You need to have a bachelor degree. Okay, so what kind of bachelor degree should I take, right? Should that boy take? Okay. Should that boy take? Now, what kind of bachelor degree should that boy take? And then, like, you know, obviously the dad asked, okay, why do you need to be able to manage your finances? Now, a short story about the boy background. The father is an accountant. So, after a long period of conversation, you know where the boy going into the university? He studied accounting. Okay, so basically he studied accounting, and then he wanted to take the sub-major. So he has to take a double degree, double major thing. From an accounting, he says, I wanted to study marketing. That boy wanted to study marketing. And guess what the father says? If you're studying accounting and marketing, it's like two different spectrums. So, accounting goes with finance. So there you go. That boy became a bachelor of accounting and finance. Now, was that the best decision though? What I wanted to say, that boy was me, so okay, yeah. I don't have any regrets, yeah? When I learned as an accountant and a finance, I don't know who I am. I don't know who I truly, you know, who am I, like, you know. Now, what I wanted, the message is for you to find out who you truly are. Okay? Now, if we, I don't know if it's still happening right now, because I graduated from high school about like, you know, a decade ago plus. In Indonesia, we have a system that put everyone on a benchmark. The science students are smarter than the social students, IPA and IPS. Is it still happening now? Yes, unfortunately. And the social students are smarter than the bahasa. Yes? What we need to understand that do not listen to that noises that put you in boxes. Because you need to be able to shine with your own light. Now, how do we do that? Because we're living in a society that puts us into that kind of boxes, that puts us into that glass ceiling. I want you to be able to think further. Now, is it fair to put someone, the extrovert, and you compare them with the introverts? If you judge a fish by the ability to climb a tree, it will forever think that it's stupid. That young boy, me, okay, I am an extrovert. I didn't realize my truest potential until I graduated. So after I graduated being a Bachelor of Accounting and Finance, my first job, when I applied, my first real job, I applied to do in an ads, like, if you look into seek.com or like, the job applications, right? Like, the first job, it says that uncapped commissions, good salary, okay? As a relationship manager, okay? I applied, I go into the interview, and then after that, what happened? Congratulations, you got accepted, okay? I got accepted to my first job, I felt great. The next day, I have to come in for the training. And guess what happened on the training? There were the manager, and there were other 4 people, candidates like me. The manager said, come with me. And then after we go into a car, the manager drives, and then there were 1 person, that was me, and then another 3 people behind me. You know what happened? We drove like about an hour and a half, 2 hours to the suburbia. Oh, I studied in Melbourne, so from Deakin University. And then when I graduated, we traveled, like for example, from Jakarta to Tangerang or to Sentul here. And then after that, we stopped at the real estate complex. And then guess what happened? We started door knocking. My heart was pounding. The manager said, you follow me. And then after that, we followed. He started knocking on doors. How many of you like door knocking? How many of you like sales? Not many of us like sales, yes? Most of us are afraid of that rejection. Most of us are having our heart pumped. I didn't realize my true potential. So back then, I was so scared. And then the manager knocked the door. There was an old lady came out. Can I help you? And then the manager says, starting the pitch, can we come in? We all come in. There were an old lady, the manager, and then 4 of us. It's so awkward. Oh my God. The old lady was like listening. I don't think she understands what we're talking about. But, after we finished, short story short, we came out, and then the manager said, okay, next house is yours. I was so scared. I pretended to have a phone call of a girlfriend of mine that I don't have back then. I'm sorry, sir, my girlfriend just fell off the stairs. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. And then I ran out from there with a taxi as fast as I could. I wouldn't imagine myself being able to talk over here, being able to talk in front of the public like this. Because I didn't know who I am back then. I was an extrovert, and then when I realized my true potential, on my first job, after that one, I became a finance business manager in an advertising company, so I have to manage basically the finances of that company. I only lasted about 8 months. You know what happened? I realized that coming into an office, sitting down for 8 hours, and then like putting datas is not me. Because I like to meet people. I like to talk to people. I like to go out there. And then I realized that probably my true potential is in marketing, is in sales, the thing that I wanted to do. So from then on, I honed my skill set from there. Now, all of you here are trying to decide, what do you want to go for studies? Your parents may have influence, your teachers may have influence. What I'm trying to say, find out what's truest to you. How do you know that? Because you're in high school, okay? You need to find time to do soul searching, to understand what is it that you really like. What is your hobby? What is your aspirations? What are you comfortable to do? But do not limit yourself there. Whatever the studies that you take in, will not be the anchor to what your future is. So when you go to university, when you're studying here, go into organizations, meet new friends, expand your horizons. Like what this morning a session says, read news, broaden up your horizons. You do not just learn from schools. You do not just learn from universities. You learn from life. You learn from the ketoprak lady on the corner. You learn from the somai abang, in the corner. You learn about life. Now, find out what is it that you truly want, okay? That young boy has a lot of friction with the parents. Because you know what? The parents wanted the best for the boy. Obviously, our parents love us. Your parents love you, yes? Because you can sit over here and listen and learn. The parents wanted the best for the kids by default. But what my parents wanted the best for me is the usual parents. You go to study, you get good grades, and then after that you graduate in the high, and then after that you find jobs, find high-paying jobs, and that's it. The question is life just about that? No. My parents wanted the best for me, but do they know what's best for us? What I want you to do is to expand your horizons, expand your mind, to see what the future potential. Now, you guys are living in the era of amazement. Back then, when I first started my business, I do not have social media to advertise. I have to go to schools, I have to go to uni, I have to put in Madi, in like announcement boards. I have to do that. But right now, I mentor kids who earn money more than what my friends who are adults. I saw a guy who moved products from Tokopedia to Shopee and earning like hundreds of millions a month. I've met a young girl who created a website for aspiring readers and writers to collaborate together and providing platform to do that. You can create, explore, expand, be the best version of you. Regardless of whatever it is that you're studying here or in the future, be the best version that you can be. When you first go into your job, your first job, give the best version of you. In every little thing, be the best version of you. You know why? Because that will hone you to become who you are. That honed me to become who I am today. When I first worked, I don't know who I am. But right now, I'm able to inspire people to be the best version of them, so that I can be able to stay here. Now, who wanted to be successful here? Good. Who wanted to work hard for it? Who wanted to give whatever it takes for it? That is the question. I can only show you the door. There is no limits to what you can be. Human being is an amazing creature. We have the power to adapt. We have the power to create. Our mind is our greatest assets. Read books, watch TEDx, watch videos, listen to podcasts. Learn. Talk to the adults. Learn about their life experience. Because I learn a lot from my mentors too. I learn a lot from when they fail. I learn a lot from when they're successful. Be the best version of you. Now, how do you figure out who you truly is? Let me tell you a story about the extrovert and the introverts. Okay? See, we're talking the science students, right? The science students are very smart, yes, because they are good at analytical things. They're good at the, scientific facts. But human are, a very creative people We have, not every single one of us are the same. So do not compare yourself to your friend or anyone else's, but just focus to be the best version of you. The extroverts, good in dealing with people. The social students, yes? They're good at dealing, they're good at negotiating and stuff. They're good at sales and marketing. The introverts are very good in detail-oriented stuff. The extroverts are not detail-oriented people. They're thinking macros, They're thinking in the big scale. The introvert are thinking into more tiny little details. Now we split the extrovert and the introvert, and then if I split into the creative minds and then the analytical minds, we can create a great team. The creative people may not be the best communicator. You may be able to create a lot of products. You may be able to create a lot of ideas, innovations. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, yes? But you may not be able to sell it. Hence, you need the extroverts. So if you're an extrovert, learn how to communicate with people, learn how to interact with people, learn how to make people comfortable with you. Build relationships. Now from here, if we're talking from a company perspective, you have a product, you have someone to sell it, we need someone to create value for it. Analytical, the data crunching people, the math nerds, if you wanted to say. We need these people because they're the one that be able to analyze the market, analyze the current trends, analyze the trending, the pie charts, and then goes into the real introverts. The real introverts, the potential for my role back then is an accountant. The introverts may be boring, maybe the most, boring people. Maybe you cannot really communicate well with them, but they're the one that will safeguard the assets. Okay? So the products, the sales, the management, and the finance. So all of you have great potentials. All of you can shine with your own light. All of you can be the best version of who you are. And you will always have to learn, to evolve, to adapt every single day. Because we're living in an era of change. We're living in an era that what we studied now may not have a job in the future. We're learning about the great shift from offline to online. I live in Australia since 2003 to 2015. I've seen a lot changes there. And I've seen Indonesia, when I first come back here, we're still, what we call it, lag behind in terms of technology, in terms of trend, in terms of the culture, the adat istiadat, the way the people think. I created the Entrepreneur Society so that with one purpose, one mission, so that we can unify Indonesia without any discrimination, with one umbrella, the entrepreneurships, so that everyone can shine with their own light without that boundaries, without that borders we call. Because we're all the same. We're all fighting for the same goal. We wanted to traverse through life. We wanted to achieve the great deals in life, yes? So my message to you and all of you, shine with your own light. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Klemens.